Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about the login process with Acadicus. Once you launch Acadicus, your first selection screen is asking you to indicate whether you're going into non-VR or VR mode. Now, there's other videos that talk about how and why you would use each of those different selections. Today, we're just going to use non-VR, but the login process, whether you're going into VR or non-VR, is exactly the same. So as I select non-VR, the first thing that Acadicus wants you to do is identify a microphone. So if you're having to talk to folks who are not co-located with you, right, not in the same room where they can't hear you speaking naturally, maybe they're in a remote location or you're doing distance learning, right? They could be in another campus, another state. You want to make sure to select the correct microphone so that Acadicus can transmit your voice through the Acadicus system to either the headset or the desktop user that you're speaking with. So here, if as I select my Jabra microphone that I'm using to record this right now, you can see as I talk, right, it's indicating with this little speech bar that it's picking that up. So you know you're on the right one. I'm going to go head back. I'm going to pick my Oculus one because that's the one I typically use most. And then I'm going to go next. Now at this screen, you're asked, well, are you a guest or a lab admin? All students, typically all students, or those who do not need to edit scenes or administer or oversee scenarios are going to be guests. Literally everybody's a guest. They do not need a username and password. They're going to click guest and then pause here and put their name. Sometimes it's not explained to students to please kind of put a name here, because otherwise, as you're walking around in Acadicus and the avatars, which are not the focal point of our platform, all look the same, it's very difficult, of course, to tease out who is who. So if they just put a name there, that name gets attached, kind of floats over the head of the avatar. So it's very easy and quick to identify, when you have three, four, or more individuals in a scene, who is who. If you are someone who is administering a scenario or a scene, or you're in there doing some building, right, you're going in as a lab admin. And if you click this little information button, it goes in and will take you to a website that will tell you more about that. But that's why you're watching the video. And you're going to log in here, user ID. Oftentimes it's your email address. You can see here in my case, it's my name. It can vary. You will have your username and password will have been shared with you by the Acadicus team, and you will know what that is. Password, case sensitive, special character sensitive. You'll want to put that in here if you need to show what that is. I'm not going to click it right now to show my password. But you could click that and you could see exactly what it is that you're typing in. Because if it's not exact, right, you will not get into your account. And then the other important element on this particular screen is this remember me. If you are on a device that you consistently exclusively use, you'll want to check that so that every time you come in, just like I did now, the username and password is already saved for you and you're ready to go. So you click login and you're taken to the last screen, if you will. Now from here, obviously you have your selections to go to the commons area, if you were in VR mode to the VR tutorial, or to put your lab number in and join the lab. But one other thing that's important that I want to call your attention to if you're an admin is up here in the upper right hand corner. If you click on this little button, and you can see it highlights its edit profile, you're able to add an image and a name here. Now again, these images and names kind of float above us while we're in VR, and it makes you very quick and easy to get picked out by someone who might be speaking to you. So you can see when I click on that image icon right there, it's going to open up into images on my desktop. So I can go down and I can pick my pictures section and I can kind of look through here and hopefully you have maybe a headshot or something that represents you. So sure, I want to pick that with my wife and my dog Chewy, and I can pop that in there. And now that's going to be the identifier for me while I'm in VR. Also, your user ID, as you can see who you logged in with, and if that's just your email address, it's maybe not the that thing you want floating above your head. You can put how you want to be referenced in VR. You know, my first name if it's very casual, or Mrs. or Miss or Mr. Smith, Doctor, whoever it is. Again, how you want to be referred to when you're in the sim or scenario. Add that here, and that's what will float above your head while you're in the sim. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for tuning in, and check out our other tutorial videos here in the Acadicus library.